Matter generally exists in three states. These are solid state, liquid state, and gases. Now, the transition of one state to another state, either from solid to liquid or liquid to gas, or even from gas to liquid or liquid to solid, is called the change of state. Now, let me take some ice cubes here. This is an ice cube. So this is an example for solid state. And if you supply heat energy to this one, if you supply heat energy, this ice cubes will melt into water here. So this is the liquid state. And if you supply some more heat energy, by supplying some more heat energy in this case, now it starts boiling, we will get a vapor. So or steam, generally we write this as a steam. Here this can also be written as solid, liquid and gas state. Here I am writing ice here. So this is a solid state, this is a liquid state, this is a gaseous state. The conversion of solid into liquid, the transition that takes place from solid to liquid, you call it as by supplying heat energy. When a solid converts into liquid, this is called melting. So melting of ice results in water or liquid state, and when liquid is heated to some more, here we call it as this is called boiling. Now if steam is cooled, that is here we are supplying heat energy, here we are removing heat energy. Here by addition of energy, addition of heat, addition of Q, melting takes place. Here also addition of Q, boiling takes place. Here removal of heat energy, then this is a condensation. This process is called condensation. Conversion of gas state into liquid state or steam into water is called condensation. And then from water to ice, here also we are removing heat energy from water. Whenever heat is removed from water, then it converts into ice. So this we can see in case of a refrigerator. If you keep some water inside a deep freezer, that water converts into ice. So this we call it as a freezing process. If a solid converts into gas without converting into liquid, so this process is called sublimation. But sublimation cannot be seen in all type of substances. Here the ice cannot be converted into gas directly. That's why only some substances undergo sublimation. If you take a camphor, if you supply heat energy, not only supplying heat energy, by absorbing heat energy from the surroundings itself, camphor converts into solid to gas. This is an example for sublimation. And the conversion of gaseous state into solid state directly, and this is called hot roasting. So this you can see in the form of this frost on the small leaves during winter. Some ice cubes in a container, and if we supply heat energy to the ice cubes, and if we measure the temperature of this for every minute, for every 1 minute if we measure the temperature, if you plot the graph between time and temperature, so you will get a graph such that this will be the line, but for some time the temperature never changes. After that, temperature increases with time, so both are directly proportional to each other. Once again, the temperature remains constant for some time, and then the temperature increases. So this I will take it as 0 degrees Celsius, and this one is 100 degrees Celsius. From this temperature time graph, it is clear that for some time, this is the time spent. For some time, temperature remains constant. Temperature remains constant, never changes. During this, the ice remains in ice and immediately it converts into water. So this is the solid state or in the form of ice. So from here to here, this is water, but here at 100 degrees centigrade we can see both water plus vapor, and this is a complete vapor about 100. But it is found that at 0 degrees centigrade, some part of the ice converts into water. So I have to write ice plus water. That means at 0 degrees Celsius, we will have both ice and water. That means slowly ice converts into water. Then from above 0 degrees Celsius up to here 100 degrees Celsius, we will have only water. From at 100 degrees, water slowly converts into vapor. So then we will get this one. So this is the temperature time curve. From this, what we can say, during phase change, change of state or phase change, temperature of a substance always remains constant. Remains constant. So it is called a constant temperature process. Now, after that, with the time temperature increases. So the quantity of heat required to convert this ice into water is called latent heat of fusion. So what is one by latent heat? We denote this as a letter L. The quantity of heat required to convert a substance from one state to another state. To convert a substance from one state to another state is known as latent heat. It is found that if you take ice, the latent heat of ice is found to be 80 calories per gram. Similarly, the latent heat of steam, that is heat required to convert 1 gram of water into 1 gram of steam, this is equal to 540 calories per gram. Now, that means what is the meaning of this one? If you take 1 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius, to convert this into 1 gram of water at 0 degrees centigrade only. Why? Because the state changes from one state to another state only at constant temperature. Temperature remains constant. At this state, the temperature remains constant, and what is the quantity of heat required? This is found to be 80 calories per gram. And similarly, to convert that to water, 1 gram of water into 1 gram of steam, we need 540 calories of heat energy to be supplied for each gram of water. So these two values we have to remember to solve problems whenever the problem is based on change of state. Both solid and liquid phases coexist together in thermal equilibrium. Why? Because why it is called thermal equilibrium means as the temperature kept constant during this phase, both solid and liquid phases coexist together at thermal equilibrium. Similarly, here also, if you take this one, both liquid and gaseous states coexist together. This is also in thermal equilibrium which takes place at 100 degrees Celsius. That means here during melting, as well as boiling, the system will be in thermal equilibrium. System is in thermal equilibrium. So during thermal equilibrium, what may happen? Generally, the temperature that is required, the heat energy that is required to convert 1 gram of ice into 1 gram of water is 80 calories per gram. And the heat energy required to convert 1 gram of water into 1 gram of steam is 540 calories per gram. These values are at a constant pressure. That means at a constant pressure, constant atmospheric pressure, all these values, both these values only for 1 atma are 1.01345 pascals. At a constant atmospheric pressure, the quantity of heat required to convert 1 gram of substance from one phase to another phase is called latent heat, and this temperature at which ice converts into water is called melting point. At constant atmospheric pressure, the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. This is at constant atmospheric pressure. Suppose what happens to this melting point if the pressure changes? So that we will discuss in a topic known as regulation. Whenever pressure increases, it is found that ice melts below 0 degrees Celsius. Before attaining this one itself, ice melts into water. So that I will discuss now. Regulation, let us consider a ice cube here. So which is placed here on 2 cubes, wooden cubes. Here, take a wire, keep on the ice block, and at the two ends of this one, you keep some weight, let us say 5 kg each. Now, due to this load, some force will act on this ice cube. This is the ice cube. Slowly, this wire passes through the ice cube. Generally, the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. But here, before the temperature reaches 0 degrees, maybe less than this, maybe at 3 degrees or 4 degrees or 8 degrees centigrade, minus 8 degrees centigrade, this wire passes through this one. Due to high pressure, this ice is melting here only under this wire. Slowly this wire passes through this one. Here, this will be divided into 2 parts. But as soon as the wire passes through this one, what happens? The upper ice starts freezes. This is called refreezing of water into ice, and that process is called regulation. The phenomena of refreezing of water into ice after pressure is removed is called regulation. So this will come down, the entire wire will come down here, so it will fall down here, so it passes through this one, but the ice will not split into 2 pieces, and this is called a regulation. The same principle that we are using during skating also. whenever a skater uses the skating boards here, this is the ice. When they are using these skating boards, the pressure of these boots will act on the ice, so that the ice just below the boots will melt here. As the person moves, to move, friction should be less. But here, if the ice converts into water, friction will be reduced. He can move easily. But as soon as he moves from here to here, this ice water once again refreezes into ice. That is called regulation process. The latent heat of ice, already the definition was given. Latent heat of ice is explained as the quantity of heat required to convert that from one state to another state is called latent heat. So what is latent heat? Quantity of heat required to convert a substance from one state to another state. Is known as latent heat. So this is the formula, L is equal to Q by M. So already I gave the values. Latent heat of ice is equal to 80 calories per gram in Celsius unit, and latent heat of steam is equal to 540 calories per gram. Now, what is the SI unit for this one? This is the energy measured in joules, mass measured in kgs. So this can also be written as 80 into 1 calorie can be written as 4.18 joules by per gram. This will be 10 power minus 3 kgs. So this can be written as 80 into this 10 power minus 3 when goes up 10 power plus 3, 4.18 into 10 power plus 3 joule per kg, 0.36 into 10 power 3, 4, 5 joule per kg. This is the latent heat of ice in terms of SI system. Similarly, this can be written as 540 into 4180 joule per kg. So I am going to write this is 540 into 4180 joule per kg. So this is 418 54 32 So this will be 122. So this is 2.2572 into, and the other terms are 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 10 power 6 or 22.57 into 10 power 5 joule per kg. See this problem. Calculate the heat required to convert a 3 kg of ice at minus 12 degrees centigrade kept in a calorimeter into steam at 100 degrees centigrade at atmospheric pressure. Given that the specific heat of ice is 2100 joules per kg per Kelvin, specific heat of water is 4186, latent heat of fusion of ice is 3.3 per 5, and latent heat of steam is 2.256 per 6 joule per kg per Kelvin. So these are the values given. Generally, whenever this problem is given, this type of problem is given, they will give these values. Now, here, if we observe this one, first they have taken some ice and mass is equal to 3 kg of ice at minus 12 degrees Celsius. Finally, I need to convert this into steam at 100 degrees Celsius. So here, if we draw the graph, now initially the temperature is minus 12 degrees Celsius and the heat supplied to first, if you supply heat energy, first what happens? Ice remains as ice only and the temperature rises to minus 12 degrees to 0 degrees Celsius. So during this, so first I am going to show this one. This is 0 degree Celsius, this is minus 12 degrees Celsius, and this is the heat supplied. So I will take this as Q1, the quantity of heat supplied here. This is the heat supplied, this is the temperature scale. Now after that, when the heat is supplied, when the ice reaches to this temperature 0 degrees, so now it starts melts into water at 0 degrees only, but during this also I need to supply some heat energy. We are supplying heat energy, but the temperature remains constant, so this is change of state. So after that, once again by supplying heat energy, this converts into water. This is a water state. The temperature of water increases from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. So during this also I need to supply some heat energy, which we call it as Q3. So after that, if you supply heat energy, it will be in thermal equilibrium, temperature remains constant, and it converts into steam. So this heat supply to convert the entire water into steam is called is actually denoted with Q4. So now to find out the total heat required, I need to add Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. But you should know what is Q1. Q1 is the heat required to increase the temperature from minus 12 degrees to 0 degrees, and Q2 is the heat required to convert ice into water at constant temperature, and Q3 is the heat required to increase the temperature of water from 0 to 100, and Q4 is the heat required to convert the water into steam. So the total heat required in this case is given by the sum of Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Now, whenever temperature increases, that means the body is absorbing heat energy to increase temperature. That particular heat energy is called specific heat. So, to increase temperature of ice from minus 12 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade, the formula that we are going to use, heat supplied is Q1 from this graph, which is equal to ms into change in temperature. This is mass of ice, specific heat of ice, change in temperature of ice. What is the mass of ice given in this problem? This is 3 kg. Specific heat of ice in this problem, the specific heat capacity of ice is 2100 into what is the increase in temperature? Initially temperature minus 12, finally 0. So final temperature minus initial temperature. So this will be 6300 into 12. So this can be written as 6300 into 12, which is equal to 75,600 joules. So this is Q1, equation 1. So to increase the temperature of 3 kg of ice from minus 12 degrees to 0 degrees is equal to 75,600 joules. Now the second part is I am going to convert that 3 kg of ice into 3 kg of water. Here temperature never changes. So second one, to convert 3 kg ice into 3 kg water. Remember, mass never changes. Here the quantity of heat required is Q2, but I cannot use this formula. You can use this formula only if the temperature is changing. But we know this latent heat of ice is equal to Q by M. So Q is equal to ml. So M into L ice. This is ice. So what is the mass of ice that is converting into water? 3 kg, and the latent heat of ice here it is latent heat of fusion of ice is 3.35 into 10 power 5. So if you multiply these two, 3.35 into 3, which is equal to 10.05 into 10 power 5 joules. This is Q2. You keep it as equation 2. Now in equation 3 or in the third step, I am heating the water from 0 degrees to 100 degrees. So here temperature increasing. Whenever temperature increases, use specific heat. Whenever temperature remains constant, use a latent heat. So to increase temperature of water from 0 degrees to 100 degrees centigrade, the quantity of heat supplied Q3 will be ms delta T. But now this is not ice, now it converts into water. Here mass of water, specific heat of water, change in temperature of water. What is the mass of water? That remains as 3 only. What is specific heat of water? This will be 4186 into change in temperature 100 minus 0, this will be 100. So now you can write 4186 into 3, this will be 12,558 into 10 square joules. This is Q3, equation 3. Now the water temperature rises to 100 degrees. So whenever the water gets that 100 degrees Celsius, now it converts into gaseous state or steam. So the fourth one is to convert water into steam. 100 degrees centigrade water into steam. So we have Q4, which is equal to ml steam. This is water. What is the mass of water that is converted into steam? 3 kg, and the latent heat of steam is given by 2.256 into 10 power 6. Now this will be 2.256 into 3, 6.768 into 10 power 6 joules, equation 4. This is Q4. Now what is the total heat required here? Our formula is total heat required is equal to heat required to increase the temperature of ice from minus 12 to 0, heat required to convert that ice into water, heat required to increase the temperature from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius, and then heat required to convert that water into steam. Now I need to add all these 4 heat energies that we obtained here. So this will be 75,600 plus second one, this will be 1000. So I am going to write 1005,000 plus third one 1255,800 plus here 6768,000. Now you can rearrange this one. Here 75,600, so this is 600, this is 75. Now you can add these. So this will be 0, this will be 0, this is 8, 14, 9, 10, 14, 24, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 7, 20, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the quantity of heat required. So which can be written as Q can be written as, this is in joules, 9.10 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 power 6 joules heat is required.